Cruise lines quietly banned these 7 items starting in 2026. Cruise lines just dropped a bombshell, and most passengers have no idea it's coming. Starting in 2026, 7 common items you've probably packed on every cruise are now getting you flagged, fined, or even denied boarding. We're not talking about the obvious stuff everyone knows. These are everyday items sitting in your closet right now that could ruin your vacation before it even starts. From the gadget in your garage to that innocent bottle in your carry-on, what you're about to learn could save you hundreds of dollars and a massive headache at embarkation. If you cruise regularly, hit that subscribe button to Cruise Smart, because what we're covering today affects every single sailing from here on out. Let's dive in. Number 1. Lithium battery devices over 100 watt-hours. That electric skateboard or portable power station you've been bringing on cruises? Big problem. Starting in 2026, major cruise lines are implementing strict watt-hour limits on any device with lithium batteries. And here's why this affects way more items than you think. The International Maritime Organization just tightened regulations following several battery fire incidents at sea. But here's what they're not advertising. The 100 watt-hour limit eliminates tons of everyday items. Your high-capacity portable charger? Probably over the limit. That cordless hairstyling tool? Check the label. Electric scooters, hoverboards, even some camera equipment batteries now exceed the new threshold. Here's the real problem. Most passengers have no clue what a watt-hour even is, and security is counting on that. One former embarkation officer admitted that in 2025 test runs, over 40% of flagged items were expensive. Electronics passengers had no idea violated the policy. When confiscated, these items aren't returned. They're disposed of immediately as safety hazards. What happens if they catch you? Automatic confiscation at boarding with zero compensation? If you refuse to surrender the item, you'll be denied boarding entirely with no refund for your cruise fare. And here's the kicker. Most travel insurance won't cover losses from prohibited items you attempted to bring on board. So here's your solution. Before you pack, check every battery-powered device. The watt-hours are usually printed on the battery itself or in the manual. Anything over 100 watt-hours stays home. Bring traditional versions instead. A regular razor instead of electric, standard curling irons that plug in, and keep power banks under 27,000 milliampere hours to stay safely under the limit. But that's nothing compared to number 2, where a wellness product millions of people use legally could get you arrested at the gangway. We're talking about CBD products, even the ones completely legal in your home state. Starting in 2026, cruise lines are implementing a total zero-tolerance policy, and the consequences are way more serious than most people realize. Here's the uncomfortable truth. While CBD might be legal where you live, cruise ships operate under federal maritime law the moment they leave port. And federally, the regulations around these products are still evolving. Major cruise lines, including Royal Caribbean, Carnival, and Norwegian, have all quietly updated their prohibited items lists to include all CBD oils, gummies, creams, and vapes, regardless of THC content. Former security officers reveal the detection methods are getting aggressive. Sniffing dogs at embarkation are now specifically trained to alert on CBD products. X-ray operators flag bottles and packaging that match known CBD brands. One security supervisor shared that in late 2025 trial runs, they caught an average of 12 passengers per sailing attempting to board with CBD items. What's the penalty? Best case scenario, immediate confiscation and a stern warning. Worst case, you could be denied boarding, escorted off the property, and depending on the port and quantity, face legal consequences. Even if you are allowed to board after surrendering the item, you'll be flagged in the system, meaning extra scrutiny on every future cruise you take. The fix is simple but strict. Leave all CBD products at home. Don't try to hide them and check luggage or mix them with regular supplements. The risk isn't worth it. And if you use CBD for legitimate medical reasons, talk to your doctor about alternative options you can safely bring on board. Just wait for number 3. This one affects almost every family that cruises, and hardly anyone sees it coming. Magnetic hooks, decorative magnets, and stick-on organizers have been cruise cabin essentials for years. But in 2026, cruise lines are cracking down hard, and what used to be perfectly acceptable is now getting passengers hit with massive damage fees. Here's why this is changing. Newer ships have specialized hull coatings that cost over $200,000 per section to repair. Maintenance crews discovered that strong magnets and certain adhesives are causing microscopic damage that leads to corrosion over time. One major cruise line reported spending over $2 million in 2024 alone repairing magnet-related damage. So what's banned? Any magnet stronger than standard refrigerator magnets. Those heavy-duty magnetic hooks that hold 10 pounds? Prohibited. Decorative magnetic strips? Too strong. Over-the-door organizers with strong magnetic closures? Not allowed. But here's where passengers are getting blindsided. Security isn't catching these at embarkation because they're checking for safety hazards, not decor items. Instead, cabin stewards are reporting violations during cleaning. When they do, you'll get an automatic charge to your onboard account, typically $150 for removal, plus up to $500 if any damage is detected. Here's the approved solution. Bring only lightweight decorative magnets specifically marketed as cruise safe. Better yet, use over-the-door hanging organizers that don't rely on magnets at all. And those command strips everyone loves? Stick to the removable versions designed for painted walls, and always test them in an inconspicuous spot first. Number 4 is the environmental restriction that's going to frustrate a lot of passengers, but cruise lines aren't backing down. Single-use plastics are getting banned fleet-wide, and this doesn't just mean straws. Starting in 2026, you can't bring your own plastic water bottles, disposable razors, plastic shopping bags from port, or even those convenient single-serve toiletry bottles. Why the sudden crackdown? International environmental regulations are forcing cruise lines' hands. Ships that don't comply face port restrictions and massive fines, some exceeding $1 million per violation. But here's the part they're not advertising. This also saves them money. By eliminating passenger-brought plastics, they control waste management costs and force you to purchase their reusable branded alternatives. Former environmental officers reveal the enforcement is sophisticated. Cabin stewards are trained to report single-use plastics found in rooms. Port shopping bags are screened at re-embarkation. Even that plastic-wrapped snack you bought at a port convenience store could get flagged. The consequences? First offense, a polite request to dispose of items properly. Second offense, written warning and $50 fee. Third offense, formal meeting with guest services and potential removal from the ship at the next port for repeated policy violations. Smart passengers are already adapting. Bring refillable toiletry bottles and fill them before you leave home. Pack a reusable water bottle. Most ships now have filling stations everywhere. Bring cloth shopping bags for port days. And skip the disposable razors for a traditional safety razor or electric option. Wait till you hear about number 5. It's hidden in almost every passenger's luggage, and security is specifically targeting it now. Extension cords and power strips just got way more complicated. The rules you thought you knew? They've completely changed for 2026, and the new policies are confusing even experienced cruisers. Here's what's shifting. Previously, most cruise lines allowed non-surge protected power strips. Now they're banning anything with multiple outlets unless it's cruise line approved and labeled. The reason? Fire safety officials traced multiple electrical fires to unauthorized power strips, even the supposedly safe ones. Former cabin stewards reveal that electrical device inspections are now mandatory during the first cleaning. They're checking every outlet, every device, every cord. One steward shared that on a single cruise, they reported 47 prohibited power devices, all confiscated by security. But here's the trap most passengers fall into. Those cube-style chargers with multiple USB ports and outlets? Banned. That slim power strip you've used for 5 years? Probably prohibited now. Even some cruise line-approved models from 2024 aren't on the 2026 approved list because standards change. What happens when they find one? Immediate confiscation, $200 fine automatically charged to your account, and a formal safety violation on your record. If the item is hardwired into your electronic setup, you could lose access to everything until you can reconfigure without it. The safe approach: only bring cruise line pre-approved charging devices. Royal Caribbean and Carnival both sell approved power solutions on their websites, or stick to individual chargers for each device. Yes, it's less convenient, but it's the only guaranteed way to avoid problems. Number 6 might be the most shocking because it's targeting something health-conscious cruisers rely on daily. Personal supplements and vitamins in unmarked containers are getting flagged as potential drug violations. Starting in 2026, if your supplements aren't in original packaging with clear labels, you could face serious scrutiny. Why the crackdown? Cruise lines are under pressure from international health authorities to prevent drug trafficking disguised as personal wellness products. Multiple incidents of illegal substances hidden in vitamin bottles have forced this policy change across the industry. Here's how strict it's getting. Security can and will open any pill container that lacks original manufacturer labeling. If you've transferred your vitamins into a weekly organizer, expect questions. That protein powder in a generic container? Prepare for it to be tested. Former security officers admit they're trained to be suspicious of any loose pills or powders, even if they're obviously legitimate. The consequences can be severe. If security can't verify what a substance is, they'll confiscate it and may even involve port authorities for testing. While false positives are rare, the hassle and delay aren't worth the risk. One passenger reported missing an entire port day, while authorities tested her turmeric powder that was in an unmarked bag. The solution is tedious but necessary. Keep everything in original bottles with labels intact. If you use a pill organizer, bring the original bottles too as proof. For powders and supplements, travel sizes in sealed, labeled packaging are your best bet. It's bulky and annoying, but it's the only way to avoid problems. And now for number 7, the restriction that's causing the most confusion and controversy of all. Personal alcohol policies are getting completely overhauled, and what you could bring on board in 2025 is absolutely prohibited in 2026. We're not just talking about hard liquor anymore. This affects wine, champagne, even those mini bottles of specialty spirits you picked up at the duty-free shop. Here's the new reality. Most major cruise lines are implementing a total ban on passenger-brought alcohol of any kind in carry-on or checked luggage. No wine bottles in your suitcase. No champagne to celebrate an anniversary. No exception for embarkation day. The only alcohol allowed is what you purchase from the ship's bars and package programs. Why such a drastic change? Revenue? Internal reports show cruise lines lose an estimated $40 million annually to passengers bringing personal alcohol, but they're framing it as safety, claiming unregulated alcohol consumption in cabins leads to medical emergencies and behavioral incidents. The detection methods are aggressive. Every piece of luggage goes through X-ray scanning that flags bottle shapes. Random bag checks at embarkation are increasing. Even that bottle you bought at a port gets confiscated when you return to the ship and held until disembarkation. What's the penalty? Confiscation is guaranteed, with items supposedly returned on the last day, though passengers report bottles frequently going missing. Some lines charge a corkage fee of $25 per bottle just to confiscate it. If you're caught trying to smuggle alcohol a second time on the same cruise, you'll face a formal disciplinary meeting and potential removal at the next port. The workaround is expensive but legal. Purchase drink packages before you cruise. They're pricey, but they're the only guaranteed way to enjoy alcohol without rule violations. And if you're celebrating something special, some cruise lines allow you to order specific bottles through room service with advance notice, though you'll pay premium prices. So there you have it, 7 items that could turn your 2026 cruise into a disaster before you even board. From battery-powered devices to that innocent bottle of wine, the rules are tighter than ever, and cruise lines aren't giving warnings anymore. They're going straight to confiscation and fines. The bottom line? The cruise industry is changing fast, and passengers who don't stay informed are the ones getting caught. But now you're ahead of the game. You know exactly what to leave home, what to pack carefully, and how to avoid those expensive mistakes that ruin vacations. If this video helped you cruise smarter, hit that like button and subscribe to Cruise Smart for insider tips that keep you ahead of policy changes. And drop a comment below. Which of these restrictions surprised you the most? Your insights help fellow cruisers navigate these complicated new rules. Safe travels, and remember, a little preparation goes a long way towards smooth sailing.